Hello everyone! With the release of Siege Altar Banner on Global, the crazy banner season has officially begun. From this point onward, we'll be seeing one amazing banner after another. And let's be honest, F2P players are going to be biting their nails trying to figure out how to get them all. So, in today's video, we're going over the must-pull upcoming operators you definitely don't want to miss. And for those of you who missed out on some limited characters in the past and are wondering when they might return, don't worry, I've got you covered there too. So, stick around till the end, and without further ado, let's dive right into it. The first character in our list is none other than Lappland Altar. She's the second 6-star Mecha Cord caster after Golden Glow. She specializes in locking down enemies and dishing out continuous arts damage. Like Golden Glow, she also has global range, meaning she can strike anywhere on the map with her skills. With her applying fear, reducing enemy movements, and disabling enemy special abilities with her silence mechanic, she can be a great disruptive force on the field. Her skill 1 has global attack range, but with a caveat, it only targets idle enemies. The moment they start moving, the drones shift targets. It's a cool skill, but situational. Skill 2 is great for when you want her focusing on enemies in a specific zone rather than spreading her focus thin across the map. And Skill 3 being the best skill, it's basically a mix of everything: AoE, global reach, debuffing, arts damage, and crowd control, all wrapped into one skill. No restrictions like Skill 1, and it allows you to play her safely from the back while still controlling the battlefield. All of this, paired with her being limited, makes her an absolute must-pull. And if you miss her, it will be a lot harder for you to get her in the future. Next we have Vulpesfolia. If you're pulling for Lappy Altar, chances are you'll get her along the way, and she's a gem in her own right. Although she's a pioneer vanguard, her DP generation isn't the best. But she makes up for that with a ton of utility: slowing, stunning, self-healing, and even camouflage. Honestly, she feels more like a specialist disguised as a vanguard. Skill 1 is just your usual dealing extra damage with next attack, and it has 3 charges. Her Skill 2 is a good for early game pressure. It hits multiple enemies, applies CC, and helps clear out small waves with ease. And her Skill 3 is perfect for targeting specific enemies in a lane. With high attack speed, stuns, camouflage on kills, and her talent that lets her self-heal if untouched for 4 seconds, she can become a lane holder who doesn't go down easily. The banner of Lappland Altar and Vulpesfolia is expected to arrive on April 24th on Global. And since this is a limited banner, these old limited 6 stars will also be available in the shop. Moving on, the next character on the list is Thorn's Altar. He's a 6-star alchemist specialist who can provide so much utility through buffing allies, healing, and debuffing enemies. One of his talents buffs attack speed of nearby allies, and under certain conditions, the buff can be doubled. His skills offer a wide range of support. For example, his Skill 1 can buff the defense of allies and restore their HP. Skill 2 ramps things up by damaging enemies with arts damage over time while also weakening their healing. And the projectile of this skill expands in area every second, so it ends up covering almost the entire map, which is incredible for wave clearing. Skill 3 shines against bosses. It links allies in a chain-like fashion, similar to the Babel event mechanic, spreading damage, reducing their attack, defense, and resistance while stacking arts damage over time to anyone caught in its range. He's not exactly beginner-friendly due to how precise his skill targeting and positioning need to be, but once you master him, he's crazy good. A utility-packed unit like this is hard to skip, especially for players who likes to explore different strategies. You can expect his banner to release probably in the late May or early June. Following Thorn's Altar, we've got a rerun of an older, yet still extremely powerful guard operator, Degenbrecher. In CN, her rerun banner came right after Thorn's Altar, so we can expect a similar release on Global. Degenbrecher is a Swordmaster guard, and her strength lies in pure offensive pressure. She can inflict Frighten, disabling enemy basic attacks while they're blocked, making her amazing for locking down melee threats. Let's skip skills 1 and 2 because, to be honest, you're going to be using skill 3 99% of the time. Her skill 3 is her bread and butter. She gets motivated and slashes everything around her 10 times, pulls enemies toward her, and becomes invulnerable while doing so. She's simple, strong, and super reliable. And since she's older, many players may already have her. But if you don't, and need a ground DPS you can count on, she's a perfect pick. Her rear-end banner should come around late June if Global follows Cien's schedule. Next up, we have another limited character, one of Sui's sibling, Yu. He's a limited 6-star defender who belongs to the Primal Protector archetype. This archetype of defenders is very new to the game. They are like Art's Defender with the addition of being able to deal elemental damage. One of his talents lets him self-heal HP and elemental damage. And the other talent lets him inflict burn damage on blocked enemies. Skill 1 is simple. He taunts enemies and reflects burn damage. Skill 2 teleports enemies in his range to his location. Not as busted as Shu's skill 3, but still really handy. Skill 3 is why he's a must-pull. He creates a firewall that grants elemental damage to all allies who attacks through it, and he also shares his healing talent with allies. He's a tank, support, and healer all in one. If you're someone who loves multifunctional operators or just want to future-proof your account, Yu is the guy. His banner should come in August as Global 5.5 Anniversary event. And all these past limited 6 stars will be available in the shop for you to get if you missed any of them. Next in the list we have Ablana, aka Necris, is a new addition to the Shaper Caster archetype, which revolves around auto-spawning summons. Think of it like a pseudo-summoner with less micromanagement, but lots of scaling. Her kit revolves around her summon called Servants of Lament, which spawn whenever an enemy dies within her range. Once you hit the summon cap, her talent allows them to upgrade passively. Her skill 1 increases the summon's damage and lets you manually refresh them. Skill 2 is a crowd control skill that puts 2 enemies to sleep while dealing arts damage. If they die, she summons more minions. Great for mob control. Her skill 3 summons a unique elite unit with its own skill and boosted stats. She can then consume other weaker summons to buff and heal it, while also gaining bonus arts damage herself. As a caster, she may not be as strong as Logos and can't take advantage of elemental damage either, but she's a unique and fun unit for players who enjoy playing around summons. She was released on March in Cien, so expect her banner to show up on Global around September, and I forgot to mention earlier that she is a standard 6-star. Now comes a special selective headhunting banner. You pick 3 operators from the list, and your 6-star is guaranteed to be one of them. Old players might want to skip this if they already own everyone, but for newer players, this banner is a godsend. If you don't have Logos, Ulpianus, or even Siege Altar, this is your perfect chance to get them. Among these 3, if you are missing any 2 of them, then I would suggest rolling on this banner until you get the first 6-star. Otherwise, just skip it. Last but not the least, we got Monster. Yes, the monster who got waifu beamed recently in Cien. She is a standard 6-star chain medic, but from the name you can tell she's more than just a medic. Her talent allows her to place a summon on the field, and any allied operators around the summon will get extra attack. Also, the target who gets healed will get extra attack speed. Her skill 1 and skill 2 is primarily focused on healing, but skill 3 is what makes her special. With this skill, she can teleport to the position of her summon and deal true damage to enemies similar to Cult's at skill 3. On top of that, she gets extra block count and can heal herself with each attack. Despite this skill being an offensive recovery skill, it has low SP cost, so you can use it frequently. She's especially useful in the stages with high defense, high resistance enemies or bosses, and endgame content stages where class restrictions prevent you from deploying other DPS units. So, Monster can fill that gap easily. Her banner was released with the episode 15 in CN recently. For global, she's expected to come somewhere in October. Now that we are finally done, let me give you my thoughts. Pull priority-wise, you and Lappland Altar takes the top spot, due to being limited. Whatever both provides makes them worth pulling, and you won't regret getting any of them. After that, Thorn's Altar and Monster should be the second priority, because of their unique role and synergy potential. And lastly, you can get Ablana, Vulpusfolia, and Degenbracher, assuming you don't have her. Well, that's everything I wanted to cover in this video. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you. This video took longer to make than I planned, thanks to my messy schedule. Let me know who you're aiming to pull, or if you're saving for someone specific later. As always, I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next one.